Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we explored the Labyrinth of Shadows to the point where we found a sealing stone. Thing is, right behind the sealing stone was in fact a giant archaism called Pater Mater, and that leaves the conclusion that Ren might be sealed inside of that stone. We had Tita with us, so she was quite happy to see that Pater Mater archaism. Or, well, happy might not be the word to use, but she seemed, well, excited. And I think we're gonna release her out of that sealing stone right now. Also, thank you for the comment there. Every time you upgrade your slots, that's what makes your EP rise, and I was completely ignorant to that fact. I just well, took it for granted that sometimes, oh, I guess you have 200 additional EP now, I guess. Well, now we don't have to stand there and wonder anymore because, well, we have a lot of EP. Thing is, it hasn't been that relevant yet. We level up all the time, and every time you level up you get full HP back, full EP back, so I don't think I've run out of EP a singular time so far. But let's get on with it. Unleash the sealing stone. And another barrier disappears. I can't believe it. It really is Ren! It looks like she's fast asleep. Papa, Mama? Why? Ren. Where am I? Oh, this is just a dream. Ren. Estelle. Joshua and Tita too. Hehe, what a nice dream this is. Ren. Ah! Oh, silly Estelle, you're supposed to be older than me. You shouldn't be acting like a clingy child. You're so warm though, and you smell so nice. It's almost like this isn't a dream at all. What's going on? Ren, what are you doing here? No, never mind that. What am I doing here? It's okay, Ren. I'm gonna explain it now, so try and stay calm, okay? You see, we're not sure how it happened either. Don't come any closer! If you take another step towards me, I will kill you! I'll try and handle this, Estelle. Do you mind taking a step back? Okay. I'm happy to see you again, Ren. How have you been all this time? How's that any of your business? You're just as bad as Estelle is, Joshua. Why won't you two leave me alone and stop following me around? I figured you must have noticed. You're right, for the past few months we've been traveling around trying to find you. We are in Crossbell at the moment too. Are we getting warmer? You're in Crossbell? Why? Why do you want to find me so much? We just want a chance to talk with you. We heard from a reliable source that you haven't been back to Ouroboros since we last fought. Is that true? What's got that to do with either of you? All I want is to be left alone. I don't want to talk to either of you. I don't even want to see you. So why won't you just leave me alone? Because... Sorry, Ren. This one's on me. Ever since you flew off, I haven't been able to get you off my mind. I've been getting Joshua to look into where you might be, and we've been going around chasing down every possible lead. But that's why I'm so happy to finally be able to see you again like this. But... Oh, I get it now. You're lying, aren't you? Really, all of that's just a cover for the fact that you're trying to capture me. What? Sorry to disappoint you, but I only know about as much as Joshua does about Ouroboros. Even if you catch me, you're not going to get anything useful out of me, and even if I did know lots of dirty secrets, I wouldn't tell ya. I bet you feel really stupid for wasting your time now. Wait a second, that's not... Oh, are you going to try your luck anyway? You've sure brought a lot of familiar faces for backup. Even I might have trouble taking on this many people at once. But I'm confident I'll leave at least a few of you headless before I end up beaten. Ren? You've gotta be kidding me. What are we supposed to do, She-Ra? Don't ask me, this doesn't look good. Well, I think I know who you are now. Ouroboros Enforcer number 15, the Angel of Slaughter, correct? You certainly do know me. I don't know you, though. Are you a knight of the church? Yes, I'm Rhys Argent, Esquire. And while I may not be very familiar with your circumstances, would it hurt you to behave less like a self-centered child? Excuse me? Did you call me a self-centered child? From what I've heard, your intelligence and deductive reasoning have few peers. That led to you joining Ouroboros, obtaining both the current rank and abilities you now have. So unless I'm wrong, I find it very hard to believe you haven't already figured out that this isn't a trap we've set to capture you. And yet you still expect us to waste our time and humor your little temper tantrum. So yes, I did call you a self-centered child. Rhys? Damn, she sure doesn't mince words. My, you're a brave one, aren't you, miss? Did I hear a lowly squire like you trying to provoke an enforcer like me? You must really want to end up splattered all over the floor. I could say the same to you. I have no idea why everyone else here regards you favorably, but I, for one, have no interest in being friends with someone from Ouroboros. So if a battle is what you want, I will be more than happy to oblige. Oh no. Rhys! A Templar sword, huh? Those can certainly be rude awakening in the right hands. Of course, everyone else who's ever tried to challenge me with one ended up being quite predictable after a while. Before long, they were all begging me for mercy like pigs about to be slaughtered. It was ever so pitiful. Hehe, I can't wait to hear you do the same. Ren? No! Do you actually want to fight, or do you only intend to stand around trying to sound threatening? I suppose that is enough talking. Grr. Come on, you both of you, stop it! Huh? Tita! Hey! Wait a second. Why are the two of you so desperate to try and fight when you know you don't really want to? Ren, you were trying to make it sound like you don't care about Estelle and Joshua, but deep down you're happy to see him again, and you know it. And Rhys, you've already realized that Ren's not actually a bad person. It doesn't matter that she's from Ouroboros. Well, I'm happy. Of course I'm not. Why would I possibly... Then why did you look so happy when Estelle hugged you? Right up until the moment you realized this was all real, you were acting like she was the best dream you'd ever had. And now you're saying you don't want to talk to them? That you don't want to see them? Hold on a minute, Tita. That's not true at all. That's not true at all, so just admit it. Sweetie. I swear, she just cut my life short about 10 years. What the hell was she thinking? Look at you, honestly. I thought you were a year older than me, you know? Yet here you are, crying away. You're not setting a very good example. I can't help it. What am I supposed to do when you guys finally see each other again and all you end up is fighting? It's too sad. Hey! Oh, what are you crying for? Why'd you have to? You know the answer to that already, Ren. It's because she likes you. She does? Hey, Ren. I know we've still got our differences, but how about we put all this aside and call a truce for now? A truce? As I'm sure you can tell, we're in the middle of a really messy situation right now. And however you got here, you've ended up being dragged right into it with us. I'd say it's best. It's in all our best interests to work together, at least until we got out of here anyway. What do you say? Yeah. That's certainly true. There's still plenty we don't know about our predicament. Having someone with your intellect on our side may well help us to fill in the remaining blanks. In fact, I would greatly welcome your assistance. Yeah, I'm with the Colonel. I'm not a Colonel, Estelle. Regardless, I think it would be in our best interest to work with us, too. Cooperating will allow you to gather information more effectively, as well as make it easier for you to ensure your own safety. Huh. That's true. It's obvious that wherever we are, it's somewhere abnormal. So it goes without saying that having me around would be a big help to all of you. Alright, out of respect for Tita's bravery, I'll spare you all this time. Fill me in on exactly what's going on here. Thanks, Ren. Just so we're clear, I haven't decided whether I'm going to work with you or not yet. All I'm promising is to listen to your explanation of what's happening. Then I'll decide if I'll help. I see. I think I've got a pretty good idea what's going on now. Whoever chose this place's name couldn't have picked a better one, could they? What? Have you figured something out that we hadn't? Possibly. I'm still not completely certain yet. But I'm relatively confident in my theory after hearing the Colonel's story, though. Me? My own experience was the same as everyone else's. Ended up here after being surrounded by sudden white light. But you say you weren't wearing your uniform when it happened to you, right, Colonel? How many times must I... Oh, whatever. I wasn't, as I explained to everyone when I first arrived. I was wearing a shirt and slacks, as I do every other day at work. Right, just checking. So then, tell me something. Would you say you have quite a strong emotional attachment to that uniform? Pardon? Oh, that's a definite yes. It's a symbol of your past, the past you just can't quite move on from, even though you need to. Am I right? Yes, you are. Richard. It's no surprise you feel that way from my perspective. And lo and behold, the moment you appeared in this world, you were wearing that very same uniform again. Whatever do you think that could mean? That would mean that when I arrived here, my attachment to that past ended up being manifested as reality. In other words, this world is capable of changing based on people's thoughts. Oh. Now it makes sense? No, not to me, it doesn't. Can you explain in slightly less complicated terms for the rest of us? It's actually a really simple thing. You remember how Luciola used the gospel to make you experience a dream, right? Right. The dreams we saw were different depending on what we wanted to see, too. Of course, unlike that, this isn't a dream, but the concept is basically the same. Anyway, just like in Luciola's dream worlds, this world changes depending on what the people inside it want. It also happens to recreate places that exist in their memories, too. It all falls into place nicely once you simplify it, doesn't it? So it does. It explains the monuments we've encountered and how the doors work too. Still, while that explanation may explain the contents of this world, I find it hard to believe that any of us would desire the predicament we found ourselves in. Oh, I don't disagree. We're not the only ones here though, are we? Oh. So, in other words, many of the contents of this world exist because of us, but its overall structure is the result of someone else within it. From what I can gather, yes. What exactly is making all of this possible is the part I'm still puzzling over. Making people's wishes reality was the purpose of the Aureole, but now that that's been lost, and I can't think of anything else capable of doing the same. I think it's easy for all of us to point the finger at who wished for this world to behave the way it does, at the very least. The Lord of Phantasma. Exactly. Based on everything that's been said, they weren't in this world originally. That was just the ghost you've encountered. Until the Lord of Phantasma, she simply watched over this place from this garden here. But then they showed up, stole their power, and started remaking the world according to their own whims. The result is what we're stuck in right now. Well, what do you think? Wow. Damn, feels like you just popped your head in and solved all the crazy mysteries like they were nothing. It's certainly impressive. Even I hadn't been able to deduce quite that much. You really are a genius, Ren. I'm sure you could have worked this much out if you'd really put your mind to it, Joshua. Unless Estelle's stupidity is actually contagious and rubbed off on you. Well, that's not very nice. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Dearie me. Either way, it sounds like this Lord of Phantasma person likes games just as much as I do. And without me, I don't know if you'll be able to beat them, so I suppose I'd better lend you all a hand. I hope you're all very grateful. Yeah, sure. It's nice to have a cutie like you on board, Ren. Well, now that that's settled, it's time to use that cube to take us back to the 5th plane so we can move on. Now that we've gotten closer to working out what's going on, we should be able to move on to the next part of the game board now. I'm guessing our opponent's ready to make their next move too. Someone's confident. Still, have it your way. It's not as though we have any option other than to press on. I'm expecting we'll encounter a devil at the end of this plane, just like we have at all of the others. We should only move on when we're sure we can handle it. I could really do without the extra trouble. Then again, I am kind of curious what these devils are like in reality. Would you like to come and have a look with me, Tita? I'm not sure just the two of us going would be such a good idea. Aw, she was so opposed to being with us earlier, but look at her now. Yeah, I'm really glad she came around. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to her while we're in here too. Yeah. Ren has low stamina but incredible arts, not limited by lines. Yeah, maybe incredible crafts not limited by lines, or why arts? But thing is, if she has incredible arts, I mean, Richard, it's been nice, but she can equip the double crimson eye as well. What? Alright. So Ren has literally an even higher pitched voice than Tita. That's interesting. Okay. Did I just see that? 800 EP. Wait. Boy. 800 EP. Calamity Throw, Blood Circle, Renedy. 9 lives. An Enforcer's Scythe, said to be able to claim 9 lives at once. Boy. What kind of orbits do you come with? What? What? Okay. Okay. You come fully packed, I see. That's impressive. As far as I can tell, none of these slots are restricted. They're all tier 3 slots already, so we're not going to need to do any upgrading. That explains her 800 EP. And, well, lady, you're going to need some, what's your speed? Speed is in the 60s. Boy, well, you're slow. Look at Colonel Richards here. That's Oliver. Look at Colonel Richards here with speed 83. That's low. Boy. Okay, let's first talk to everybody. I don't know who to take with us next time. And I think I said I would take Oliver with us. So, yeah. Analyst? What are you doing? Well, you heard what Ren said earlier, right? About how this world changes as a result of what the people inside it want? Yeah, but what does that have to do with this? She's desperately trying to wish a stuffed toy into existence with the power of her mind. Hey, I'm trying to concentrate here. Can you be a little more quiet? Should I go with a fluffy, beady-eyed palm? Oh, or maybe a nice silky bear? Or a super soft panda? There are so many wonderful choices, I can't decide which to go with. Concentrate. You can't even decide what you want. At least focus on one of them and see how that goes before getting greedy. I want a beady-eyed palm as well, though. Should I go with a fluffy, beady-eyed palm? Oh, or maybe a nice silky bear? Or a super soft panda? Hey, there's so many wonderful choices, I can't decide what to go with. She looks happy enough just daydreaming even without a gospel to make her dreams come true. Trust Analyst to cook up an idea like this. She might come across as silly to some, but I can't help but be impressed by her boundless optimism. Alright, She-Ra, what happens if I take Estelle away from you? Analyst. Every time we find out something new about this place, things get weirder. So this world is influenced by our thoughts, is it? Is it just me, or does that just sound like the real world when you're really, really drunk? You would know about that, wouldn't you? So this world is influenced by our thoughts, is it? Is it just me, or does that sound like the real world when you're really, really drunk? Boom, 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 boom. Should I go with a fluffy, beady-eyed palm? Or burr, 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 burr? It is an interesting concept, I must say. Who would have thought this world changes in accordance to the thoughts and desires of those within? If what Ren was saying about discovering that being one of the conditions to moving on to the next 6th plane is true, then we must be reaching the end of this particular plane. Still, I never thought this place would test our reasoning and deductive skills to this extent. I'm starting to enjoy this. All this crap about how Phantasma's made up is giving me a headache. But it doesn't take a genius to figure out just how strong the fiends in it are getting the farther in we go. We're gonna have to get a hell of a lot stronger if we want to stand a chance against them. In the fight against that devil at the end of the plains, anything to go by? What if the fight against that devil at the end of the plains, anything to go by? Kevin can handle him just fine. But we can't go shoving the burden off doing the tough fights onto him every time. We're gonna need to kick it into high gear at some point too. If the world we're in really does change as a result of our thoughts, then we are going to need more than just physical strength in the battles ahead. We're going to need mental strength too. We're going to need more than just physical strength in the battles ahead. We're going to need mental strength too. I'd be surprised if that wasn't what the Lord of Phantasma had in mind. So the thing is, we haven't ever walked around with a Zin in our party, or, well, maybe just once. I don't know. You haven't given me a request of what what kind of party you want me to go out with. I haven't done that yet, so it's all up to me. All up to my preferences, so that's cool. It seems like the situation we're in is even more severe than I feared. We've discovered a number of rules that govern this world, all implemented by that Lord of Phantasma. But what if they created a rule that dictates we can't actually leave this world? Our only hope may turn out to be that ghost. Especially given how the Lord of Phantasma's power seems unable to affect the garden. I want Oliver and I want Shira. There's Shira. It's amazing to think that this world is where people's thoughts become reality. After all we've seen so far, I still find myself doubting that could even be possible, but it certainly makes sense. Still, if we assume that everything that's happened so far has gone according to plan for the Lord of Phantasma, then I think it's about time we started trying to change that, huh? Even after all we've seen so far, I still find myself doubting that what Ren said could even be possible, but I can't deny her logic. Still, enough is enough. I think the Lord of Phantasma has had things their way for far too long. What are you guys doing here? We were just talking about Ren. The two of you have been trying to find her ever since you left Liberal, right? Yeah, I don't feel like we got to talk to her properly back at the Axis Pillar. There's something I really want to tell her too, and I'm not going to be satisfied until I've done it. Still, she looks like she's doing okay. So I think the best thing to do for now is keep watching over her and see what happens. That might be for the best, yeah. At the end of the day, she needs to be the one who chooses what to do. Nothing good's going to come from pushing her to make that call any faster. I just hope that ending up here with us and everyone else has a positive effect on her. But all we can really do is wait and see, huh? Yes, I think you're right. We're better off just keeping watch over Ren for the time being. At the end of the day, she needs to be the one who chooses what to do. Nothing good's gonna come from pushing her to make that call any faster. Personally, I'm hoping that meeting everyone here like this will end up having a positive effect on her in the long run. I'm sure it's not going to be easy to come to an understanding with Ren after all she's been through, but you know what? If anyone can do it, it's you and Joshua, Estelle. The bond between you two is so strong that I'm not sure there's anything you couldn't do together. Aww. Thanks, Chloe. I hope you're right. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to do to help you when it comes to Ren, but I do want to do everything within my power. So if there's anything I can do, say the word.
You're right, please. Let's move out.
What? Where'd you come from? I can't deny that there's still a part of me that refuses to move on from the past. Sooner or later, I'll have to completely put it behind me and move on. Is something up, Colonel? Nothing major. No, I was just lost in thought. In any case, I'd heard rumors about how intelligent young Ren was. Having spoken with her personally, however, they may have been underselling her. I almost wish I could hire her to work at R&A Research. She's quite the asset. She'd be quite the asset. I can't deny that there's still a part of me that refuses to move on from the past. Sooner or later, I'll have to completely put it behind me and move on. But guess what? I found a brooch exactly like the ones we bought a while back here. The jewel in the middle was red, though. Aw, you're so lucky. They were all sold out of those they were all sold out of those in the shop in Gransel. Oh, I really wanted a red one, too. I know. Why don't we go on a shopping trip together sometime, then? We could go somewhere really far away. You'd like the Eastern Quarter on Calvert, that's for sure. You could spend a whole day shopping there and never feel bored. Really? I wonder what kinds of cute accessories they'd have there. Oh yeah, let me tell you about the pendant I bought a while back. It looks like they're back to good times in no time. What? Really? I kind of wanted to see it now. Ren's so lucky to be able to visit all those shops, isn't she? I want to go and see more of them too. There are lots of big shops in the Empire too. I found a huge stuffed bear in one of them a while back. It was as big as a grown man. What? Really? I kind of want to see it now. Found a really huge stuffed bear in a shop in the Empire a while back. It was as big as a grown man. Boom, 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 boom. I found a really huge stuffed bear in the shop in the Empire a while back. It was as big as a grown man. What? Really? I kind of want to see it now.
Here we go!
We'll have to go to the shopping trip together sometime. Sure, I wouldn't mind. But first we're going to have to get out of Phantasma, aren't we? Ah, right. Ren's so lucky to be able to visit all those shops. How is Kevin doing? We can't forget about Kevin here. I should mention I haven't done this so far, but this is the first episode I record today. That's why my voice acting has been a little subpar during the first sequence, but well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Not like you'll notice a big difference or anything. Well, you probably will. I don't know. His condition stabilized a lot compared to before. He does still have a small fever, but it's nothing worth freaking out about. Little fever never hurt anybody. Yeah, you might not be right about that one. If you need any help exploring, you're welcome to ask me to come along anytime. This guy's condition has stabilized a lot compared to before. He'll be back to his usual self in no time. He seems to be sleeping soundly. Alright, that should be everyone. Now it's time to choose what party to take with us. What people to take with us on our party. How many monuments have we found so far? We haven't found the third one yet, have we? No. Okay, so there's still more to come. There is still more to come. We're definitely taking Ren. That's not even up to the discussion here. I want to take Oliver, and I also want to take so many other people. Want to take someone who can steal, which is namely Gisette. Want to take her along again once too. I want to take Tita. The best thing about taking Tita with us is she's already fully equipped. Alright. Today laziness wins. Laziness wins today. Yeah, Richard, you give me all your stuff. Heat resistant boots, can't have those. Crimson eyes, you can't have those. Battle Sir coat, you can keep that. Forest Gators. You're gonna get some speed up, and you're gonna take some. Are you gonna take both Crimson Eyes? Probably. Destiny card prevents death blows. Why would I equip that? It's not that good. Do we have something better than a Battlestar coat? Well, we do have this ridiculous knight armor, but who's gonna equip that? God, I love just how that face of hers is just. That's pretty. It's got a lot of creepiness to it and I like it, so, well, let's look at her orbments. She's not gonna be able to have the loadout she has currently. We're gonna need some action 4. I'm gonna take the Ingenuity as well. Scent, probably. Cast 2, definitely. Silver Gem is not happening. A range 2 might happen. Absorb. Recovers 2% of the user's max HP when defeating an enemy. Not necessary, so you're definitely taking Ingenuity for that one. HP 4 is not happening, you take Action 4. Death is not happening, you don't melee attack, you take Cast 2 instead of that. We need you to attack is not... Sapphire is what? That's Mind 5, holy guacamole. Zeptium Vein is pretty nice, Emerald Gem is not necessary. I would prefer for you to have something like Scent. Now where do I get my healing from? Did I literally just miss out on... Where's my yin yang? Who has my yin yang? Someone has my yin yang, right? You have my yin yang, okay. I wonder if Zeptium Vein, if that stacks. Increases all types of Zephyrs dropped by monsters by 1 to 2. It's not that good. It's not that good anymore. It was in the beginning, but now that we get 200 times Zephyr per enemy we kill, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have that great an effect anymore, but it's still extremely good. So Rin, what kinds of skills do you have? What do you need? You definitely need Clock Down. Yeah, you're gonna need that EP5 thing. Or an EP cut. For the attack. EP Cut 4 gives you access to a shit ton of stuff. Pardon my language there, but that's how it is. Le Forte. Le Forte and Le Crest. That sounds like a good time. Phantom Pain, you have Clock Down, you have Petrify Cloud, wow. It's medium area and damaging too. You have Volcanic Rave, White Johanna. You don't have Death Scream. And I didn't equip you with a range 2 quartz either. If I gave you, instead of the Scent, if I gave you something of the... You had like an Emerald Gem here. If I gave you that, yeah, Emerald Gem decreases your arts by 9%. That's not happening. Just gonna say that right now. You get Orbital down too. Meteor Fall. Crushes foes with a meteorite summoned from above. Okay, if it's nothing else, Gale Lance. Gale Lance. Attacks and pushes back enemies with a blast of wind. That's a lot of stuff. Rain, it's a lot. Saint does what? Strength and defense up on a single target. A crest, arts defense up in a medium area. Well, it's all pretty nice, but thing is, you're not gonna get an Emerald Gem. So, yeah. I mean, nice that we talked about it, but you're not gonna get that. Death is ridiculous. That's something that Tita will definitely pick up, although she's not quite... I mean, she doesn't deserve carrying around Death, but, well, Death is better than Death Blow. Because it has 20% and Death Blow has... What? Kills enemy with 10%. Kills enemy with 20% success. Yeah, I think it's a little better. Just a little bit. Okay. Heaven's Eye is still there. We have Zeptium Vein, Scent, Ingenuity 2. Zeptium Vein, Physical. Yin Yang. Detection is not necessary. But do I have anything else that I'd want? Hey, I mean, it's better than nothing, right? Could we put the attack quartz here? And I'll take that, and I'll put the attack quartz over here. Is that better? Still have clock up 1. Not that I'll ever use that with you. Absorb does 2% of the user's max HP. when defeating an enemy. That is so... I mean, that's not useful at all. 2% is very, very little HP. And defeating an enemy is not something that happens often. But that's okay. It's better than detection anyways. You're good to go. What do the tactics say? Battle positioning. Well, Ren in the very back is smart. Tita can step a little further up, and you two are in the lead. A little like this, and a little like... Nah, that's not worth. Okay, what's the status report on Tita? Super Gladiator headband, heat-resistant boots, bracer coat. Estelle can move everywhere she wants, because she's got movement plus 10 million. Reese, you have Strega 0. I can take away the movement quartz that you have. Because that is literally... I already took away the movement quartz that you have. Okay. I'm never gonna need movement again, because my melee attack characters have 14 and 9 movement now, which is ridiculous. You have 2. Tita has 3, that's not a lot. But your range is superb. What's the shop say? That's 300 strength. I can't not do that. I mean, I should have done that a long time ago. I didn't, because I was... Like, you know full well that the next time I go out exploring, I'm gonna come across the chest that had her weapon in it. But, till then, I'm still gonna be better off than right now. That's also 300 fucking damage. So, excuse my language there. Well, they're gonna do damage now. They're gonna do a little bit more damage than they did previously. We don't have scythes in here yet, right? Purity fists. That's the weapon I've got equipped. Okay. In terms of armor, you don't have the things that enemies drop. And you don't have anything good here. And tools are just, well... Let's not talk about it. What do you say about slots? Who do I want all slots with? Reese, probably. I can just do that right now. I'm just gonna do this as well. Because we've got the resources to spend. We're not gonna need to do anything here, and Tita doesn't use enough. So that's perfectly valid. Now we're going to restore HP and EP. And I think we've done everything I want to do currently. So for the moment, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope I will see you in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.